Welcome everyone to the Woodbridge Channel's coverage of the 48th Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. I'm Craig Coughlin. I'll be bringing you the parade along with my colleague and friend Dan Harris. And Dan, it's a cold day, but you can feel a spirit and warmth in the air.
It sure is. After a one-year hiatus, we have 84 groups ready to go.
Now, Dan, you've been the chairman of the parade committee for the Woodbridge American Irish, who are the sponsors of this event. Tell me what goes into that and what we should expect.
Well, a lot of work goes in. We begin in September. There's a full committee of people working with the township, working with numerous groups, and it all comes together today.
And how many? You said 84 groups, right?
84 groups. That's
Do you know there'll be bands, there'll be marchers, there'll be every community group, right?
That's correct. The 3 high school bands, the Perth Amboy High School Band, and multiple Irish bands, believe it or not.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun, everybody. So sit back, relax, and we'll get started with the parade in just a few minutes. Thanks for watching.
Good afternoon on this beautiful but crisp Sunday afternoon. My name is Daniel Harris. I will be your host this afternoon. I'll be joined later and shortly by my colleague Craig Coughlin. We are bringing you this program live from Main Street's El Ranchito restaurant. As you can see, the parade is heading towards its end, terminating at Town Hall here. This is the 48th annual parade. We have 48 marching units. 10 of them are marching bands. You'll see 6 Irish bands, 3 high school bands, and 1 band from the American Legion. This is our 48th annual parade, as noted earlier, after a one-year hiatus due to COVID. As you may remember, the March 2020 parade was just before the world shut down, and we are very pleased to be out here once again. I apologize for the background noise there. That has been adjusted. This parade is organized annually by the American Irish Association of Woodbridge, a group that's been around for over 50 years, doing various community service programs and keeping Irish-American culture alive in Woodbridge Township. While the mayor often defers the credit of the parade to the American Irish Association, the township is no stranger to being helpful to the organization through the Public Works Department, the Recreation Department, and of course our TV 35 group here. We have John Mitch at the head of the parade at Woodbridge High School. Take it away, John.
Good afternoon. This is John Mitch, and welcome to the American Irish Association of Woodbridge annual St. Patrick's Day Parade. I'm here today with the chairman of the parade committee, Ben Campbell from the Colonia section. Welcome, Ben.
Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
I know when we talked about, helping out today, I thought I had a request at least for better weather.
Oh my. You know what? It's actually beautiful. If you compare it to yesterday, this is amazing. There were other parades in the state that have been postponed due to yesterday's weather, but here we are today. It's cold, but look, I think I'm equipped.
You definitely are. So talking about being equipped, how equipped are you for today's parade? Talk about a little bit about all the work that goes involved in putting this together.
It's a funny thing. Like it was obviously during the pandemic, we canceled last year's parade. So this parade's been in the works for 2 years. I was the co-chair on the parade that was canceled. So I inherited this role because I was the co-chair on the canceled parade. Anyway, we start right away, like I said. So 2 years ago we started. In fact, I was kidding Charlie Kenny this morning. He is our longest single-term Grand Marshal. He was appointed in October 2020, and he's going to get 2 halfway to St. Patrick's Days under his belt before he's done at the next parade.
There you go. That's great. So what are we looking forward to today? Any new groups?
We do have some new groups, and we're thrilled that to be able to represent some new things. In fact, one of the newest things, and the weather certainly makes it appropriate, is this amazing float that has the county champion, high school champion team. I actually know the goalie pretty well on this team. We're thrilled to have him. And the town's excited about them too.
That's great. I also today just keeping all the families of Ukraine in our thoughts and prayers, and I believe today also for the first time the Ukrainian Assumption Church out of Perth Amboy. They're going to be here carrying their flag.
We are incredibly excited about that. Sean Daly, my co-chair, for this year's parade. Has been deeply involved. He's a parishioner at Assumption Catholic, and we managed to get the color flags. I don't know if the viewing audience knows this, but you can barely get your hands on a Ukrainian flag right now. So we went to Ukrainian Assumption, and we got a color guard from there. And they're going to be marching right in back of the bishop this year. The bishop, this is the first year we've had the bishop in the parade also.
Very good, very good. Well, great job. We're looking forward to everything coming together as we see you marching down Main Street with the rest of the contingent.
Thanks, John,
okay.
And let's go. Let's get this show on the road.
Let's go. Thank you, Ben.
Thanks.
Back to you in the studio.
Just crossing the screen here is the first of many vehicles you'll see is the Woodbridge Township Police Department, followed very closely by our first color guard. Up first is the Central Jersey Leathernecks of the Marine Corps League. It's a color and honor guard led by Kelly Terrell and the rest of his Marine Corps League.
With them is the John Basilone Detachment of the Marine Corps League number 190. Since 1946.
The parade is annually supported by the generosity of sponsors, both business and government. I'll be rattling off some of the names of the organizations that generously fund the parade annually. All right.
Ready, two.
We are joined already by my colleague, Speaker Craig Coughlin. Craig, great to have you.
Hey, Dan, how are you? How are you, everybody? Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hope you're enjoying the parade. We're just getting underway as we hit Main Street, but along the parade route, Dan, I can tell you there's a really good turnout. It's cold, but it's not so bad in the sun, and if you're bundled up and you bring your Irish spirit, you're going to be fine. So.
Very good. Yeah, I can see right here from Main Street is pretty well attended. Just passing us now is the John Basilone Detachment 190 of the Marine Corps League. They're based out of Fords. They are named in honor of John Basilone, the only enlisted man in World War II who received both the Medal of Honor and the Navy Cross. That town of Raritan, New Jersey, still very proud to call him a native son.
Absolutely. And we see a lot of our elected officials led by Mayor McCormick. To his right, Congressman Frank Pallone. And there we see Councilwoman Debbie Meehan, Board of Ed member Jonathan Tribweiser. I think that wasn't that, let's see who was next to him. I'm sorry, I went way too fast. But there we see Howie Bauer over there waving with his right hand in the green shirt. And our newest councilwoman, Sharon McAuliffe, who's right there. Corey Spiller from 3rd Ward. Greg Ficara there in the green. That's Brian Small in the green jacket. That's Greg Ficara walking past her now. Kyle Anderson's also with us. Sue Borden, I believe, is in there. And we see some of the other dignitaries. Welcome to being here. My colleague, running mate, Joe Vitale was there, and Yvonne Lopez.
They are followed by the Celtic Cross Pipes and Drums, our first Irish band of the 6. Let's take a listen.
Oh, Janie Perez was there too.
Craig, you and I have marched in these parades before. It's always nice having a band follow you, right?
Absolutely. Gives you some hop in your step. Didn't want to miss our county commissioners who are also here. Chairman Ron Rios, Santinara, and our surrogate Clarabelle Cortez. And who else? Somebody else was here.
Clary, Schoonen Barber, I believe I saw earlier.
She was
yes.
there, exactly.
Yes. Well, we have a little gap here.
Let's cut to an interview.
Okay, I'm joined now by Jim Latham from the Colonial section of Woodbridge, who is the Irish Man of the Year in today's St. Patrick's Day Parade, and he's joined by his wife, Lee. Welcome today.
Thank you very much.
Great honor to have and to become the Irish Man of the Year for the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Woodbridge.
Yes, I feel very honored by it. There's a lot of people that deserve it.
Well, certainly you do. I know a lot of the things you do in town. I know you're retired now, so you're probably doing
not
more.
Yet.
Not
yet.
yet. Okay, you're on your way.
Yes.
On your way. You're doing a lot in the town. I know that you're very active with St. John Vianney Church, Eucharistic minister, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Talk about. We just had a little joke before this on the sideline before we went on the camera, but talk about a program that you established a number of years ago about the turkey.
We do the Adopt a Turkey program through St. Vincent de Paul at St. John Vianney. But all the proceeds go to St. James to help feed people at Thanksgiving time. And 13 years, a lot of turkeys later.
That's great.
And it's great.
That's really good. And I know also, Jim, too, you're very involved, or you've been involved with the Tooling Around the Township program.
Yes, along with Ed McSherry, we've built probably between 25 and 50 ramps over the last 25 years.
And I don't know if a lot of people know really the importance and the significance of tooling around, but it's to help people in Woodbridge who live here who are either senior or disabled. And in your case, I know with Ed McSherry, people get to a point in life they need a ramp built to their house, and at no cost to them, you guys are out there. And I know Ed takes the lead, and I know you've been assisting him, but you've built ramps around for anybody who's in need. So that's really a great contribution also back to the township. So what are your thoughts on today's parade? Let's talk a little bit about, thankfully the sun is shining a little bit of cold, but not too bad.
Nah, we'll make it through this. We're better than yesterday, that's for sure.
Very good. Lee, anything to say today? I'm sure you're very happy today with Jim being the Irishman selected.
Yes, I am. I'm very proud of him.
Absolutely.
And I hope we have a great day.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations again on the honor. Okay, we're going to watch for you marching down the parade route.
All right, thank you, John.
Okay, back to Craig and Dan.
This year's parade platinum sponsor is once again Hackensack Meridian Health's JFK Medical Center. They've been a sponsor of the parade the past 10 years. And, you know, Craig, you and I have been talking about this recently. Hackensack Meridian Health has made a major investment in Perth Amboy Raritan Bay Medical Center with a $35 million investment in their behavioral mental health program just recently. Thank you to them for that investment in our community. And, of course, the parade.
Yeah, and here we come. We see coming into sight the Grand Marshal's vehicle, and there's the Grand Marshal. We saw him stepping there. He is raising his shillelagh. Charlie Kenny, lifelong resident of Woodbridge Township. Dan, you know, terrific guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 35-year firefighter, first a volunteer, then a paid firefighter, and ultimately, shortly before retiring, the department's first career chief.
Yeah, he's got, of course, his wife Darlene, his daughters Alyssa and Jessica. Third-generation American Irish, Dan.
Absolutely.
Family been a long time, as you pointed out, going back to the 1800s. Firefighter by trade. He served on the Woodbridge Township Council for almost 16 years and is past president. While there, he was involved in many community projects, skateboard park, dog park. He's also involved in starting the Woodbridge Township Support Our Troops rally. He was the first council to initiate that. Debbie Means taking over now. Community event started to honor our troops and lent the community support to their families while they were serving. Now, the Middlesex County Board of County Commissioners, chairman of the Transportation Committee.
Yes, and as Charlie noted this morning at the flag raising, that this is not just an individual honor for him. He considers it a family honor, where he comes from, you know, both sides, the Kenny family, the Kehoe family, the Walsh family, and the Mooney family. He is truly honored to be this year's Grand Marshal. Very well deserved to you, Charlie.
And there he is, our Grand Marshal for 2022, Charlie Kenny. A deserving lad he is.
That's absolutely right. He had a distinguished career in the council. As you had mentioned earlier, I certainly don't want to repeat them, but he was always a good friend to the Woodbridge Township Board of Education during my time there.
There we see some of the faces of Woodbridge lining up along the parade route.
Yeah. Speaker, I can't think of a colder day we've had in a while here, right?
Next up is our Irish Man of the Year, Jim Latham.
Jim is our Irish Man of the Year, as noted. His wife, he's joined by his wife Leanne, his two daughters Jennifer and Michelle. Jim is the president of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul at St. John Vianney's. He's also very active with the St. Vincent de Paul Food Pantry in Perth Amboy. He and his wife are devout volunteers to that organization, most notably throughout the entire pandemic. Jim also started the Adopt a Turkey program. Very active with the Irish's involvement in tooling around the township, the Charlie Shaughnessy Park cleanup, and of course building handicap ramps for the disabled.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that just cares so much about his community. There's our Irish Woman of the Year, Karen Devon. We'll talk about her in a minute, but I just want to get back to Jim for a second. You know, he received an honor from the State Senate and the Assembly for his commitment to fighting food insecurity, along with the mayor of Perth Amboy. I first met him, I think, at the St. Vincent de Paul opening in Perth Amboy when Jim, because he volunteers so much time, he's part of the real fabric of the community, cares about people, involved in tooling around the town, as you pointed out. He's just a terrific guy who makes a difference in this community. And Karen Ann Mutz was born to Harry and Francis, longtime resident of Avenel, committed to the Woodbridge American Irish Committee, and very proud of her Irish roots. Let's see, where'd she grow up? She said with both parents having German surnames, she wasn't sure. She didn't find out till about a year ago that in fact she had Irish heritage of her own. She was always involved because her late husband Tim was very active in the American Irish.
That's right.
He passed away sadly, but she has always embodied the Irish spirit, Dan. Yeah, she really has.
Yeah, she sure has.
And so we're...
Yeah, and she's paid great dues, in receiving this honor with the Woodbridge Democratic Organization, the Woodbridge and the Carteret Elks, the Ancient Order of Hibernians in Perth Amboy, and then these days, the Mayor's Advisory Committee.
Yeah, she's always involved. She always has a smile on her face, even in her toughest times. She was one of those folks who just makes you feel better. And we saw a number of, past honorees in the van behind that. I didn't catch many faces.
Yeah, I see, Jim Carroll, Frank Darcy, Jack Wall, a couple guys who have, three guys who have devoted decades to the Woodbridge Township community.
All past Grand Marshals and some of their family members with them. Still proudly wearing their sash. There's former Councilman Jim Carroll, still involved in the town with his grandchildren. We have John Mitch at the head of the parade. John, take it away.
Okay, just catching up with Ken Gardner, who is the chairman of the fundraising and publicity for the American Irish Association. Welcome, Ken.
Thank you, John. So great to be with you today. The sun is shining, so we're parading.
Very good. Let's talk about some of your sponsors today and some of the events that were put together in the past year or two to get to today's parade.
Yes,
since I know we've missed one.
Yeah, we missed everybody last year. We're so happy to be back, and the parade is made possible. The parade is run, as you know, John, by the American Irish Association of Woodbridge Township. We do the organization and all the fundraising, so if it's not for the local businesses contributing to us, the parade doesn't get on the street. Our platinum sponsor is Hackensack Meridian JFK University Hospital. They've been for 10 years with us, a great facility, so please support them. We have silver sponsors, some of my favorite places, Moby Dick's and Big Shots. Always, again, here for us, and banners in today's parade. For many years, we've had Ford's Jewelers over on New Brunswick Avenue in Ford's. We have the Lightbridge Academy, which has a facility in Woodbridge and in Island, and we also have BCB Bank on the corner of Main Street, just across from St. James Church. They've been another longtime sponsor of ours, a great local bank that really participates in the community.
Great. So this past fall was the first ever Halfway to St. Patrick's Day fundraiser, and I know I attended it. It was right here behind us at Woodbridge High School. Talk about how that came to be last year.
Sure. So again, like so many local clubs, we want to continue. The American Irish Association was founded in 1966, and it was to bring the American Irish community together to continue to celebrate our heritage and remind people of it, and also, of course, to commemorate the St. Patrick's Day with the parade. So when our parade was canceled due to the pandemic, we were lucky 2 years ago. Right. We were the last parade in the state. The entire state shut down to the world that we never imagined could happen. So then when that was closed down, the committee decided, since we couldn't have a parade that year, we were thinking about a halfway event, which some others have. So we did that again to keep the association alive. We've got over 300 members and do so many other community things within the community of Woodbridge and the surrounding area, in addition to celebrating our heritage. But we wanted to have that event to keep everything and keep the Irish alive.
Well, very good. So for those who will view this parade at a later date, again, keep that in mind every year. Hopefully here at the Woodbridge High School will be that annual event that the American Irish will have halfway between the fall and the parade. And it's a great fundraiser, great organization. They do so much for the township. And again, thank you as chair for fundraising and for publicity as well, keeping the association out in front of the public.
I just also should mention, we have a tremendous ad book which has sponsors all up and down Main Street and throughout the township who also pitch in to help put the parade on the street. So thank you to all those businesses. If you see that they advertise with them, please support them, because the Woodbridge St. Patrick's Day Parade, put on by the American Irish Association of Woodbridge, is the largest event in Woodbridge Township and the surrounding area.
Very good. Thanks, Ken. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Back to you, Dan and Craig.
We have the Pipes and Drums of Barnegat Bay leading in the American Irish Association, which is once again the organizers of this parade, the 48th. I know, Speaker, next week we're headed off to South Amboy for the 44th annual St. Patrick's Day Parade in that lovely town, your hometown.
My hometown I grew up in. I have two hometowns.
Yes.
Woodbridge and South Amboy. Proud to call myself from both of them. The 2022 American Irish Officers are President Ed McSherry, just a salt of the earth kind of guy. Vice President Sean O'Neill, Financial Secretary, the aforementioned Karen Devlin, Recording Secretary Dolores Boyd, Jane Boble is the Corresponding Secretary. The Sergeant at Arms is Patrick Heaney, and Cindy Jacovich is the Treasurer. The Directors, Sean Keaveney, Joan Diaz, Nancy Egan, Ken Egan, Debbie Hutchinson, and Ken Gardner. So thank you all for making that special. We're here. Let's take a listen to the Pipe and Drums from Barnegat. Oh, you get it.
Next up is the association that sponsors the parade and puts it on, the American Irish Association. Officers, President Ed McSherry, Vice President Sean O'Neill, Treasurer Cindy Jacovich, Corresponding Secretary Jane Boble, Financial Secretary.
There we see Ed McSherry. For a mustache. President, Directors Ken Gardner.
Ken Gardner, Deborah Hutchinson. Since 1965.
Looks like some are riding the shuttle.
Yeah, there's
behind them are various members.
There they are.
John Dias and Cindy Jacovich.
The
former Irish ladies of the year.
That's right.
They sponsor the parade.
Joan was also a past Grand Marshal.
That's right.
Joan today is also serving as a American Irish Director, along with Sean Keaveney, Nancy Egan, Ken Egan, Debbie Hutchinson, and Ken Gardner.
Here we see the American Irishman, Nancy Egan, right there waving. I guess that's Nancy Ken driving.
Yeah.
I saw that. I didn't know they had the van, but I was at the Irish flag raising in New Brunswick last week. So were you? And I saw everybody loading into the van as we were about to leave. So coming up here, we see the
rest of the organization.
You and I are both members.
Yeah,
you're active member. I'm
yes. Now the
less active.
the American Irish Association.
By a lot.
In addition to running and organizing this parade, they also collect donations annually for the Menlo Park Veterans Home. They also do bingo at the Veterans Home. They participate in a semi-annual park cleanup at Charlie Shaughnessy Park in Colonia. They participate in tooling around the township, led by our fearless leader, Ed McSherry. They participate in Speaker in Your Bowl for Hunger annually. And for those interested, you could join. You do not need to be Irish in order to join. They have monthly meetings, they have trips, and they have all kinds of fun meetings. They're a really good group, very collegial, very fraternal. We're a really good group. Proud to be a member.
They do an awful lot of good, and as we point out time and again, they sponsor this parade along with the sponsors for this event who help fund this this parade, this great event, really a hallmark of the Woodbridge community. Right, Forge Jewelers, right, BCB Bank, right, Woodbridge Academy, Berkeley School. Coming up, we will see the Irish lady. Let's see, the Irish woman, the young lady in waiting, right?
Yes, the Miss American Irish.
Miss American Irish, thank you. So that's Sarah Alexa. She's 18 years old, and she was chosen as the parade. It means so much to her. Her Papa K, as she talked about it at the flag raising, Sean Keaveney has been a long-time member, actively involved in the American Irish. He was born in Galway. Sarah was younger. She would tell about her childhood there, and her family trips and Irish heritage. She's very thankful for that. He's been a huge impact on her life, she said, and good for her and good for him, right? Taught her everything. She said he taught her everything he knows and has helped her raise into a very respectful, hardworking young woman. Well, she should be proud.
Absolutely. Here comes the rest of the American Irish. They've got a giant, group this year. Followed shortly by the Irish flag. Will be coming in shortly, coming into view here.
Let's cut to an interview.
Okay, I'm here now with Victoria Gomez from Colonia section, which, by the way, today everyone I seem to be interviewing is from Colonia. So this year, congratulations, you've been selected to be the Lady in Waiting, which is a great honor. I do know from reading some of the notes that your grandparents, Connie and Fran, were very involved in the American Irish Association. Am I correct on that?
Yes, they still are very involved. My grandfather was the Man of the Year in 2005, so...
That's great. Yeah. And your grandfather was from County Donegal, correct? So
Donegal, yes.
Donegal, okay, so he's right from Ireland.
Yeah.
Oh, very good. That's wonderful. So talk about yourself a little bit. I know that you're going to school, you're going to college, graduated Colonia, looking to be a special ed teacher, which is really great. Let's talk about how's that with working out for you.
So I'm going to Kane University right now. I'm also an assistant teacher at a preschool near me. So it's really nice. I like kids, so.
Very good. Well, I'm going to say personally, because I've known you for a couple of years now, you just have a great personality, and I'm sure when it comes to time when you start your career, you're going to do wonders, and the special education community needs teachers, especially people like you. You're going to do very well.
Thank you.
So congratulations on the honor. Enjoy the day. It's a little cold, but it'll be over before you know it. Just make sure to get that hand ready to wave to the crowd, and hopefully the crowd's going to be out there today, okay? Congratulations again with Victoria Gomez here at Woodbridge High School today. Back to Dan and Craig.
Let's just finish up with Sarah. Sarah's starting her first semester at Rider. She'll be a psychology and have a minor in criminal justice and law. She's passionate about becoming a forensic psychologist. Good for her. She's involved in many clubs, and she earned the Community Service Award from the American Irish Association. All around a terrific young woman, and the American Irish made a fine choice.
She is the granddaughter of member Sean Keaveney.
That's right.
Dan.
Here she is, top of the Corvette. Let's say hello to Sarah here, as the speaker just rattled off many of her accolades.
There's her dad with his beard painted or dyed green. Painted. That'll be in view in a minute.
Yeah, that's right. Her grandfather's former Grand Marshal, longtime director. I believe he's retiring this year as a director.
There he is, saluting the crowd.
Sarah's been honored with the Irish Association's Community Service Award after spending many years volunteering for bingo, picnics, Sunshine Summer at St. James Church, participating in tooling around the township and the food pantry program. Speaker, want to introduce us to the Lady in Waiting?
Victoria Gomez, and she's being honored as the Lady in Waiting this year. The parade's always been a big event in her family, with her cousins, aunts, and uncles gathering together on Main Street, and her grandparents, Connie and Fran O'Donnell, and her friend and her family's Irish heritage have always been important to her. Her grandfather, Connie, is from County Donegal. She graduated from Colonia High School or she will graduate. No, she graduated in June. That's correct. And this has had a huge impact on her. She was inducted to the National Honor Society, the Thespian National Honor Society, Quill and Scroll Honor Society, smart kid, and the Spanish Honor Society. And she was also involved in several choirs at the high school and St. John Vianney Church. She was in the Color Guard and the Colonia Marching Patriots, and this isn't her first Woodbridge parade. She was involved in numerous clubs and organizations, and so she's paraded down Main Street many, many times. And one of her proudest achievements is being awarded a top honor for having nearly 500 hours of community service. Wow, that's a lot. Congratulations. And a job well done and well deserved, Victoria.
Yeah, she aims to become a high school special education teacher. Speaking of education, our first high school marching band is Colonia High School Marching Patriots in Color Guard. They're led by their teacher, Kevin Berdoni, and their drum major, Allison Polidura. Later this year, they're traveling to Washington, D.C. in May. I would imagine the Memorial Day Parade, a very, very popular parade. I've attended it previously one summer. A very good, of course, very patriotic parade, as you can imagine. Let's take a listen.
Marching Patriots.
There they are, the Marching Patriots of Colonia High. Thank you for being here.
Next up is His Eminence Bishop James Checchio from the Diocese of Metuchen.
Next up is His Eminence Bishop James Checchio. We're fortunate to have Bishop Checchio with us. This is from the Diocese of Metuchen, which includes Middlesex, Mercer, Middlesex, Somerset, Hunterdon, and Warren counties, 630,000 Catholics. This is the 40th anniversary of the diocese, and so Bishop Checchio we're proud to have him march in our town, and he's just a terrific guy. I've had the chance to have a number of occasions to meet with him and discuss things. He's just a sincerely nice man and a good man and a good steward, shepherd of the diocese.
Yes, and I can't recall the last time we had him, so it's an honor to have him this afternoon.
Yeah, I can't remember having a bishop. I've been doing this for a while. Never remember the bishop coming here, so sure. Welcome. Don't be a stranger. Come back.
And just passing us, the Ancient Order of Hibernians of Perth Amboy, a 70-year-old group. On St. Patrick's Day later this week, on the Thursday, the 17th, they will be raising the flag at Perth Amboy City Hall.
Yes, they will. They are the Commodore John Berry Division, number 3. Charles Bilahowalski is the president. I guess his mother was Irish. They've been raising the flag in Perth Amboy for over 70 years on St. Patrick's Day. You're around? Drop by. City Circle. Historic place it is. And now with some guests, John Mitch. John?
Okay, I'm here now with Ed McSherry, the president of the American Irish Association of Woodbridge. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For a nice day, so to speak. A little cold, a little windy, but the sun is shining.
The sun is out. It's a beautiful day.
It is, and of course we always know everybody's Irish, especially around this time of year. But we got some big news, really, for the American Irish Association. So if I have it correct, I know the organization's been involved as a group for about 53 years.
Yep.
But you have a home, am I correct? So you guys have been volunteer people for years and years putting on the parade. You know, this year you introduced the new halfway to St. Patrick's Day event.
The new event.
And now a home, the Acacia Center at 95 Port Reading Avenue in
Woodbridge. That's correct. It's actually it's not a done deal. We're in negotiations. But it's nice to know that we might be able to have finally a place to hang our flag and have the key to the city displayed properly. And it's exciting.
So you're being the president of the American Irish Association, it's not a small task, I'm sure. There's a lot of coordination, and again, a lot of activities you guys do. More importantly, you do so much for the town.
We have a lot of volunteers. Every member of this organization seems to want to get involved. It's great to have people that you can just delegate work to. People that are actually willing to run committees, and it's a good group. It's a good group that wants to get involved with the township.
That's great. Well, I hope everything goes well. We look forward to your after party over at the Acacia Center today. Hopefully that'll be your new home going forward in the future. But I also want to talk about one other thing, Ed, because a lot of times people, they don't know about your personal and your private lives, but Ed, you've done so much outside of the organization, and I know with another one of the interviewees I will talk about the Tooling Around program.
It's a great program.
It is a great program, and you are a vital part of that. You've been for many years since its inception, and I'm sure even someday, maybe when you decide to retire, you'll probably still keep your hands involved.
We'll do that, absolutely.
You do like to give back a lot, so thank you so much.
We've been doing the Tooling Around program since 2001. Off season, we do ramps. Anybody who would need a ramp would normally call our organization, American Irish, and you call these guys out on a Friday night, be there Saturday morning, and they'll be there. And we've done it in snow and rain and cold weather and heat. But yeah, the ramps are a big program of the American Irish.
That's great, and everything it's always great because your name's attached to it. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Always
Thank you,
good
John.
to see you. Okay?
And also, if anybody would like to join the American Irish, please come out, go online, fill out an application, come to a meeting even, not being a member, come to a meeting, see what we're all about, and then sign up. But that's a big part of our organization, getting members out. Thank you.
Very good, Ed.
Take care, John.
Back to you, Craig and Dan.
Leading Group 1 is the Forge Jewelers, sponsored by Forge Jewelers on New Brunswick Avenue. Been in business for over 50 years, serving your holiday needs. Don't be a stranger to New Brunswick Avenue. Support their businesses of the Forge Business Improvement.
Barry Burr, been around for a long time. Good faithful citizen of the community, gets involved and helps out a lot. We see up in front of us the Legionnaires Marching Band from Carteret, New Jersey. Bandmaster is Dan Termambi. Color captain is Matt Harold. Band manager is Cindy King. They were the American Legion state champions for numerous years in the past.
Been around for 61 years, having traveled across the country, doing some special events, including the 60th anniversary of Battleship New Jersey, as well as doing a pregame show at Yankee Stadium. Good for them. Happy to have baseball back. What do you think, Speaker?
Yes, delighted. Another step towards normalcy, Dan, which we all need and want. They're followed by the American Legion Post 87 right here on Barry Street in Woodbridge.
Post Commander Michael Jerkowski.
Michael Jerkowski is the post commander. James Cupper is the Sons of the Legion commander, and Anastasia Goldberg is the Ladies Auxiliary president. They've been around since 1919, Dan.
That's right. I think Congress created them in 1918, so they've been around 103 years, and they're home to the statewide commander, Dan Dunn.
There we see the Woodbridge Township ice hockey team, the county champions. Yeah, a few years ago, the teams combined, so it's the entire township playing under one banner. And there they go. They went 16-3-1, I think they were that year.
That's
congratulations.
That's correct. They are a co-ed team. Not too many teams in the township are co-ed. They lost in the quarterfinals after 2 state victories. They did a terrific job. Joe Rotella is their coach. He was the long-term coach of Woodbridge. And I just want to mention that earlier on, I think we missed the Assumption Catholic Church. They have Ukrainian representation, and all of our hearts are with the people of the Ukraine these days. God bless them, and let's hope that barbaric invasion ends soon. They've been around since 1958.
Since 2004.
Coming into view, the Woodbridge Senior Billiards Club.
Community activities. Founders of the late Chester.
Yeah, this organization does a lot, Craig. You and I see them throughout the year. They're involved in the food drives, Relay for Life, Children's Toy Drive, and charity game that you and I play in every year. We get our behinds handed to us. I guess we should play a different sport.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I wouldn't do too well at bocce either, and the running stuff is, you know, I need to work up to that.
Yes, the president is a good friend of ours, Steve Sharkey, very involved in the township. And this year they are in the parade in honor of the late Jack Cassidy, who was co-chair of the club, very active with the American Irish Association of Woodbridge as well.
They always participate in the Senior Olympics. The club founders are Chet Canal, Pat Trombetta, and Frank St. Marie.
That's right. Sadly, Jack Cassidy passed away this past summer. He was a longtime member of both organizations, and he is truly missed. Take a look at their float. Came out in force today.
There we go. All the members with their red jackets and green hats. There we go. Feeling their Irish.
That's right. I think they have 100 members strong. I think they're always willing to take more members. They even travel. I don't know if you know that, Speaker. They take on other towns. You know, and they wear those jackets proudly. I think they have a pretty healthy rivalry with Perth Amboy just to our south here.
Yeah, and I know annually I think the mayor of Woodbridge plays the mayor of Perth Amboy in a billiard contest.
That's right.
They are followed by a costume character. I guess that's Sparky the fire dog, right? Yeah, there's Sparky. Sparky used to be involved with the Somerset Patriots as well. Sparky hasn't been in touch lately, so I don't know if he's still got that gig. And next up is the Perth Amboy Fire Department, and our friends from Perth Amboy. They've been around, Dan, since 1881. 1881.
So remarkably long time.
Fire Chief Edward Mullen, his dad, of course, a fire commissioner here in Island, and Ed, the son, grew up here in Woodbridge, so
that's right.
Serving in the people of Perth Amboy.
That's right, and you know, Ed is actually you know, his successor. His grandfather was the Perth Amboy fire chief as well.
Oh, that's right.
And you know, I'm not a firefighter, but I'm truly proud of them. There's a strong relationship of mutual aid between the towns, and Perth Amboy comes here to help fight our fires, and we reciprocate. So thank you to them, to their men and women who serve us each and every day.
And next up, the Middlesex County Democratic Organization, supporting their candidates, our Sheriff Millie Scott, our County Commissioner Chantel Scott McCullum, our County Commissioner Charlie Kenny, Charlie Tamaro, and we saw, you know, of course, led by our Woodbridge's own Kevin McCabe, who's the Middlesex County Democratic Chair, Beatrice Moxowitz, who's from Metuchen but was a teacher here in Woodbridge. So all roads lead through Woodbridge.
That's right, and there's always a connection to the school district here. We see Millie Scott here, the sheriff, longtime sheriff. Speaker, I don't know if you know this, the DARE program, after a long hiatus, came back to the Woodbridge schools, and it is offered for free from the Middlesex County Sheriff's Department. So we're continuing to teach our students about you know, drug education and resistance. We thank them very much for this.
My kids are my kids, and I say this now. They're only kids to Tisha and me. They're, you know, men to the rest of the young men to the rest of the world. But they had DARE when they were in school right here. You know, so.
Me too. Me too. I think it's vitally important to know what to look out for, and you know, be aware to avoid even experimentation. It's just not worth it.
There we see Anne-Marie Al Macy and the Al Macy Corporation in their classic car, a Woodbridge institution. Their office is located right here on Main Street. They've been a proud supporter of all things Woodbridge since 1926. And then we'll go now to John Mitch.
Very active with the Woodbridge.
So a man who needs no introduction at all, Mayor John McCormick. Mayor, welcome today to the, again, yet another annual St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Looking forward to it. It's a great day, cold, but you don't plow cold. Cold's fine. There's no rain, no snow. Some parades yesterday were canceled in the state, so we're thrilled we're able to get this one in.
Actually, it feels like it's getting a little warmer because the sun is getting a little brighter, a little bit stronger.
A little warmer. It's getting up to close to 30 soon.
It is. When I was driving here and I saw the thermometer go from 29 to 30 on the car, I had a smile. So talking to many people today, you know, during the parade, pre-parade. One of the things, though, one of the new groups this year is going to be the Ukrainian Assumption School in Perth Amboy. Not to put you on the spot, but give us your thoughts, because I know Woodbridge Township now, especially here we're out celebrating, but there was a big movement this past week in the township with a business to put together donations for the country of Ukraine. And I know you probably stopped by. You're everywhere. You probably have reached
always
out.
there. Yep.
And we're just hoping that people today will recognize and celebrate not only the American Irish, as far as their culture, but the culture over in Ukraine and the people that are struggling through this bad times right now.
It's really appropriate because, as you say, they're struggling. They're getting killed. It's awful over there, but the Irish and all of Woodbridge Township really shows some solidarity with the people there, and that's why I think it's important that they're marching. Whoever's idea that was absolutely terrific to have them in the parade to show that, yes, we know your community's struggling, but we're here to support you.
Yeah, and I believe Sean Keaveney, who is co-chair of today's parade, he's very involved with the school and the parish there.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm sure he had involvement in that.
And yeah, we were at that business. We saw what they're doing. I mean, they are getting shipments from all over America, and they're bundling everything together, wrapping it all up in these big,
giant,
here
in Woodbridge.
Right here in Port Reading,
Woodbridge.
600 Markley Avenue. It's called MEAST, M-E-E-S-T. And ironically, Emil from TV35's wife is the operations manager there.
Wow.
And she's Ukrainian. And we interviewed her, I guess it was Friday. She was amazing, just the way she explained everything and talked about what the company is doing. They postponed all their regular shipments for the last week or so just to get these supplies, mostly medical, over to the Ukraine. It's a remarkable effort.
Right. Mayor, two quick things. One is it looks like the American Irish of Woodbridge are going to finally have a home at the Acacia Center.
I'm tired of them being homeless, they're wanderers all over the town. But yeah, it looks good. It looks good. It's not done yet. We got a few legal things to get through. But I'm looking so forward to them having a place to call their own. They do so much for this town.
Very good. And speaking about doing so much, this year they introduced the first ever halfway to St. Patrick's Day event. It was here at Woodbridge High, back in the field. Looking forward to another one of those events.
We'll do it again. The Willie Lynch Irish Trio was outstanding Irish music. They had the step dancers. They couldn't have the parade last year, so that was kind of a way to lift everybody's spirits. But it was so good. Now they're going to do it every year. So Absolutely. March and September, every 6 months, something Irish. It's great.
Good. Very good. Well, listen, enjoy the march
Thank you
today.
Very much.
It's a little
you
cold,
too.
but I'm sure you will. Okay, we're going to go back to Dan and Craig.
Interview now is the Woodbridge High School Marching Band under the direction of Jason Cohen. Woodbridge's own Glenn Lotman is the principal. Joe Ward, Performing Arts Department head. Jason Cohen, as we said, the director of bands, and Daniel Barnett is the assistant band director and percussion director. Right. Looks like they're lining up to play us a tune there.
Yes.
Dan?
Yes. Well, they get lots of practice. They have 30 performances a year, and they are practicing to visit Walt Disney World as part of their 50th anniversary this year. Let's take a listen.
Good luck. Can we take a listen?
Woodbridge High School Marching Barons.
Followed by the actors and actresses and backstage crew of Kiss Me Kate, the annual spring musical, hosted by Woodbridge High School this year. It's coming up 2 weeks, the week of March the 21st, on Thursday through Saturday evening at 7 p.m. Will be their performances at Woodbridge High School in the auditorium there, and then on Sunday with a matinee at 2 p.m. Tickets can be purchased at the door. They typically put on a small performance for us. They're gathering here. They always do a terrific job. I go to the plays every year.
I was going to say, you're a routine to all three of the schools, right? All three of them have plays. And
That's
you go
right.
to all of them, right?
That's right. JFK High School just finished their version of Annie, which is very, very good. These kids are remarkably talented. I'm just always surprised. I just, because you and I aren't actors and actresses, you know, these things just come naturally to these kids, and you can appreciate it regardless of whether you can do it or not.
Of course, if anybody who doesn't know, Dan Harris is a member of the Woodbridge Township Board of Education. So, but you're an all-around good guy, Dan, and you're involved in a million things. So,
yes,
you would have gone anyway. Let's listen. Go. There's my neighbor Julian right there in the red hat up front. Literally lives diagonally across 50 feet away.
All right. Well, Woodbridge Township, be sure to come out and support our students again the week of March the 21st, Thursday through Saturday, 7 p.m. at Woodbridge High School, and again a Sunday matinee at 2 p.m. The shows are always kid-friendly, so come on out.
You won't want to miss it. Next up, the Port Reading Fire Company, part of our brave firefighting services. Second oldest fire company in Woodbridge. I don't have the date that they were around, but they've been around for a long time, over 100 years.
Undoubtedly, and people know this for Port Reading. It's right at the corner of West Avenue, Port Reading Avenue. Volunteers are always needed, always welcome throughout our 9 fire districts in Woodbridge Township.
John Virgilio was a fellow, I think he may be the chief. Is he the chief this year? No. He filled out the form. John Mitch has a guest now. Let's cut to an interview.
I'm honored right now to be joined by Congressman Frank Pallone, who is always in Woodbridge, as is Ron Rios, the chairman of the Board of County Commissioners. But I'm going to start with the congressman. I think he trumps you just a little bit, if I can.
No, I never trump him. He's more important.
No. Congressman, you're always here in Woodbridge, and just another day we have you here with us on another parade. What are your thoughts on today? We got some sunshine.
Yes, it's sunny. I know it's a little cold, but it's not too bad. It's better that than rain or snow, right? I'm sure we're going to have a huge crowd, and this is one of the biggest parades that I have, certainly in my district. I'm always happy to be here because the mayor is not only Irish, but he's, goes out of his way to make it a great time. There's a lot of things going on before and after, so come on down for the parade, please. This will be a wonderful St. Patrick's Day, and happy St. Patrick's Day and parade.
Thank you. Thank you again for coming
I'll give
down
this to the director.
And to our chairman over here, which is really great that you're with us at the moment, because one of your own commissioners today is the parade grand marshal.
Yes, I have to give a shout out to my colleague, County Commissioner Charlie Kenny, who's the grand marshal. Congratulations on that, and all the honorees for the St. Patrick's Day parade. Woodbridge always really shows how it's done to make a St. Patrick's Day parade. It's a beautiful sunny day, a little brisk out here, but a lot of warm hearts. And it's nice to be here with the congressman, who's always great for us in Middlesex County. So,
and to both of you, on behalf of everyone from Woodbridge Township, as a congressman and even from the county, you both do so much for Woodbridge as well, and people appreciate it. We really do.
Well, it's a great place to live and work and play, and it's all about teamwork, working together with the local mayor. Mayor McCormick does a great job, and again, it's teamwork.
Very good. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us today in Woodbridge. We're going to go back to Dan and Craig.
See some in view right behind the Girl Scouts of Woodbridge Township.
That's right. We're joined today by 7 troops from throughout Woodbridge and Carteret. They do various community service. I see them annually at the Colonial Cleanup. And then I think we saw them a lot in January and February with those Girl Scout cookie sales. Speaker, did you buy your Girl Scout cookies?
Oh, we bought more cookies. We turned a couple people into league leaders.
Undoubtedly.
So let's give the troops that are here, and it's always fun because they're 5 digits long. So it's Troop 80228, 83670, Troop 83615. Troop 83715, 83340, 83544, and 82537. led respectively by Nicole Androvich, Michelle Laska, and Lisa Locke, and then 83670 by Marissa Leonardo, 83615 by Sally Hansen, 83715 Tara Doheny, and Dina Sadowski, 83340 by Janine Neller, 83544 by Kim Kastner and Denise Hollenbach, and 82537 by Monique Davis.
Okay. We head into Division 2, which is led by Berkeley College. Our sponsor, located on Roe Avenue, a long-time proprietary college offering non-traditional students an opportunity for a higher education.
And kicking that off is the Richmond County Pipe and Drums from Staten Island.
That's right. I like the red. The red really pops for those guys every year.
Followed by the Woodbridge Fire Company #1 on School Street.
And next up, the oldest firefighting company in Woodbridge, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Woodbridge Volunteer Fire Company #1. They go back to 1897.
125 years now, Craig.
Michael Hapsack is the chief. They're celebrating 125 years, as you point out, Dan, for residents of Woodbridge and Seawarren.
Right. They're actually the funders of the Richmond County Pipes and Drums, who come out here annually.
That's nice of them.
Yeah, yeah. All the bands cost a little bit of money, you know, for their time, and you know, it's always a big help to the American Irish Association that somebody sponsors a pipe band annually.
Sure. Absolutely. We see their equipment on parade.
That's right. Of course, the Woodbridge Fire Department, while it's a hybrid paid and volunteer department, they are also always looking for volunteers. You know, there's many benefits, the free training, a low-SAP program, which is a department-provided 401k style plan. So you can even earn, you know, some money towards your retirement.
Yeah. John Mitch has a guest now. Let's cut to an interview.
Right now, I'm joined by Sarah Alexa, 19-year-old resident from the Seawarren section and a graduate of Woodbridge High School right behind us. Congratulations today on your honor as Miss American Irish.
Thank you.
So we want to give a shout out to Sean Keaveney first, your grandfather, am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So he has been very, very involved with the American Irish Association of Woodbridge for a long time. His name comes up all too often probably when we talk about the Irish Association and those who give back. So I'm sure you're very proud of him and his contributions.
He's amazing.
He is, and as he is today, very proud of you as well.
Yeah.
No doubt. So I understand now you're a student at Rider University, and you're going to school for what?
I'm a criminal justice major. I want to pursue a career in forensic psychology.
That's great. I wish you all the best in that endeavor.
Thank
I want
you
to talk
so
about
much.
some of what you've done for Woodbridge Township. When you were here in high school, you were involved in some of the programs. I know you did some work through St. James Church.
Yeah, so
right? What'd you do over there?
I did Sunshine Summer, and I did the food pantry a couple of times. I helped out at the funeral home in Menlo Park. Did tooling around town.
What'd you do for tooling around?
We helped fix up a home and build a ramp for like handicapped people at their home. So
that's great. And
it was
talk about,
nice.
and what about the Sunshine Club? What does the Sunshine Club do at St. James?
So it was just working with little kids. It was like a camp for them to go to, and we would do like arts and crafts with them and take them outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then at the Veterans Home in Menlo Park, you were
We
doing
played bingo.
your bingo and at what, during their picnics or during?
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. How'd that feel? Right.
It was awesome. It was a great experience.
Well, that's exactly what it was. Experience and the great contributions that you give back, and that's why you're here today, getting honored as the American Irish woman. Right? I got Miss American Irish. Get that straight. So very good. Congratulations
Thank
on
you
the
so
honor.
much.
Enjoy your walk down the parade today.
Thank
Okay.
you.
And we'll go back to Dan and Craig.
Next, we saw the Lightbridge Academy going by, founded right here in Woodbridge by Guy Falzerano, who was in Island at the time he founded it. So they've been around since 1997. So thank you for participating.
They're sponsors of the parade. Very important once again to fund our overhead. Parade annually runs about $30,000 to $40,000, depending on certain costs.
Every year they celebrate survivors.
Not necessarily cheap.
Next up, Relay for Life.
All right, Relay for Life is next. It's led by Tammy McCormick, the mayor's wife. She always does a great, diligent job. She works at it year-round. You could learn more about them at www.relay07095.org.
Their mission is to save lives, celebrate lives, and lead the fight for a world without cancer. They do all kinds of good things.
That's right. And Relay for Life was started in 1985 out in Washington. A gentleman just to raise money. I believe his spouse had cancer, and he just kept running the track out there in Washington, and it's become a nationwide program. And Woodbridge is actually the largest and the first Relay for Life in New Jersey.
Wow. And they are led by Amy McDivitt, Kevin B. Williams, Christine Arthur, Joe and Sheila Sawyer, Zakiah Jones, Bev Perry, Phyllis Giordano, and Tammy McCormick.
Their annual event is in June. Look forward to it, Speaker.
Casby Fire Department is next. They've been around since 1908. Their chief is Alex Salgado, and her assistant chief is Luis Montalvo, serving the Casby section of the community. Thank you for your service to all the brave men and women who are part of the Casby Fire Department. Thanks for being here to celebrate Irish heritage in the township of Woodbridge.
They're always a big hit at the annual Casby block party that you and I go to annually, where they come out and they let the kids squirt the hoses and play on the fire trucks.
Sure.
Kids love big trucks, don't they?
Yeah, no matter how old we are.
Speaking of big trucks.
Yeah, how's that for a lead in, I guess. That is Mark Burnett. And every year, he's been here before, participated in this in the holiday parade, bringing out his 5-ton military truck.
Yeah, that is some truck.
It is some truck.
So we have the police pipes and drums of Berkeley County following. Have Alyssa.
Yeah, I don't have anything on.
Now we have the police pipes and drums of Bergen County. All the way from Hillsdale.
Annually, these Irish bands they're in high demand, as you can imagine, this time of year.
Yeah, they're tricky.
As you call it, it's Irish season. There's
Irish.
Probably a handful of other parades going on throughout the region today.
Oh, I'm sure there are today. I mean, I know Belmar was last week. I know South Amboy is next week.
Yeah, I believe Union County had theirs canceled yesterday, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, it was a really lousy day yesterday.
Brutal. One of those mornings I woke up, I didn't want to look outside.
Yeah.
I was afraid of what it looked like.
I was out relatively early, had to get my hair cut. It was sleeting, raining, snowing, and all at the same time. It was just nasty.
It's a good-looking band there, very
There
well
we are.
organized.
Bergen County Pipe and Drums. Thanks for being part of the Woodbridge St. Patrick's Day Parade. Next, the Avenel VFW 7164 and the auxiliary. They're located in Seward.
Commander is Jerry Malone. The auxiliary president is Lynn Malone.
No, they're an Avenel speaker, right?
Avenel, okay, I'm sorry. Oh, that's the name of the person, right? Yeah, Seward is the address for the person. I apologize. Yeah, it's the Avenel VFW, hence the name. Jerry Malone is the commander and Lynn Malone is the auxiliary president. They've received awards for their service to veterans, families, and communities. Their organization is here to assist all veterans, active duty service men and women and their families. So if you need some help, reach out.
Yes. Located there on West Park Avenue in Avenel. They do a lot. Speaker, annually, you and I go out to their Memorial Day program, their Veterans Day program. Just had their Italian night last weekend and did a great job. They're very active with a very active women's auxiliary group.
Was next up Ford Lawnmowers, my section of town.
Center for Independence from Edison, New Jersey.
They do a lot of good work for the community, are actively involved in any number of things, and they'll sell you a fine snowblower as well as lawnmowers.
A non-profit organization that serves adults with disabilities by providing independent living skills, information and referral services, peer support, transition services.
Ford's Lawnmowers.
And they host the only local accessible.
Yeah, on their float is the Alliance Center for Independence. That's out of Edison, New Jersey. The executive director is Carol Tunks, and the deputy director is Luke Kopacich. It's a nonprofit organization that assists adults with disabilities work on independent living skills.
Thank you for that.
Don't recall them from previous years.
This is what Dan did before he worked with me. Rode his unicycle down.
I wasn't very good at it, so they sent me here to the booth to sit down with you, Craig.
Yeah. That is pretty talented, I gotta tell you.
Yeah. A little wobbly on a two-wheeled bike. This guy's just on one.
I knew you were going to say that.
And juggling at the same time. Shaking hands. Next up, another pipe band.
Another pipe band. The Middlesex County Police and Fire Pipes and Drums. Good friend of ours, Paul DeLeo, is a member of this group. The official bagpiper of Woodbridge, as we often refer to him.
Yeah, exactly right. I think there he is, right up front.
Yeah, right in the corner there. Paul is captain with the Port Reading Fire Department. See him annually here in the parade, and really throughout the township. Different programs and events throughout the year. He's very generous with his time. My God bless America. Have a look. Like they're going to put on a little program for us here.
Yeah.
Those listening live, we typically have all the pipe bands come out to the post-parade party at the Acacia Center this afternoon from 4 to 8 p.m. It's free admission to the public. Everything, all the food, the corned beef and cabbage, the soups are all a la carte.
John Mitch has a guest now.
Right now I'm with Frank Darcy, the 2014 Grand Marshal of the American Irish St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Woodbridge.
Well, 2014 was the celebration of the 1916 rebellion in Ireland. I was proud to be the Grand Marshal at that point. I'm very sincere about the freedom for all Ireland, and that's the HOA's topic. Anyhow, the honor. It was 41 years since Bobby Sands and 9 others gave their lives up for what we had for a while anyway, the Good Friday Agreement, which is in trouble right now. And with whatever else is going on in the world, of course, Ireland seems to be last on the list. But this Good Friday Agreement, this country's really got to help keep that together. That's all.
Okay, well, it's great seeing you today, and enjoy the parade, okay?
I certainly will.
All righty. Back to Dan and Craig.
And they are followed by the Woodbridge Township Professional Firefighters. Dave Hines is their leader. He's the president, and first vice president is Robert Pfizer. Second vice president Thomas Nevis. Treasurer is Justin Holloway. Secretary Dennis Henry. Sergeant at Arms James LaPointe. They're the recipients of the Thomas P. Canzanella PFAN Labor Union of the Year Award. Congratulations to the Woodbridge Professional Firefighters. Thanks for keeping us all safe.
Yes, they are. We have professional firefighters with the Woodbridge, Fords, and Port Reading Fire Departments, and I believe recently added the Avenel Fire Department as a newly paid or partially paid fire department as well. The volunteerism is just down, and they need to provide the service.
Yep.
We're followed. They're followed by the North Jersey Young Marines. It's a youth paramilitary organization. They're sponsored by the American Legion Post 471 in Island and run out of Colonia High School. They attract students ages 8 to 18, and then they do numerous community service projects throughout the year. I know I've mentioned this a couple times now, another organization that helps out with the park cleanup on a biannual basis. Excuse me, semi-annual basis.
And they're followed by Janice and Gary Macy in their DeLorean, 1982 classic DeLorean. DeLorean fun facts. They've been in the movies. Stainless steel outer body, best known for the Back to the Future, a true international car.
We also got a visit from the Division of Historic Sites and History Services of Middlesex County. Brought in a Revolutionary War era pipe band. Fife and drum band, excuse me.
Next up, the float from the Downtown Woodbridge group.
They have a very active Facebook page, always providing updates on new businesses and different programs going around. For those of you who live throughout Woodbridge Township in the area, please come down to Woodbridge Main Street and patronize our wonderful businesses down here.
Absolutely, and there we see
it's the Avenel
firefighters. Yep, that's the Avenel firefighters. Number 1, Frank Strain is the chief. Chris Naroto is the president. Corey Spiller is also a councilman and is the fire official. Dean Menenti is the president of the fire commissioners. Thank you, men and women of Avenel, for all that you do to keep us safe, and thanks for, you know, on a cold night like tonight, it won't be fun, but off they will go as duty calls.
That's right.
So without hesitation. So we're all fortunate enough to live in a town where we have such tremendous first responder service.
Right. On both a paid and a volunteer basis. Of course, like all the other fire departments, they welcome your volunteerism.
For sure. John Mitch has a guest now. Let's cut to an interview.
Right now, it's my privilege to be joined by Bishop Cecchio from the Diocese of Metuchen. Welcome to the St. Patrick's Day Parade here in Woodbridge.
Thanks, John. Good to be here.
Thank you. I understand you just left Mass over at St. James.
No, we parked there, but I left Mass. I had Mass at another town, South River.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got some bad information, but you were there. You were at least there. Okay, you're outside of the parking lot.
Yeah.
Is this your first time at one of the parades in Woodbridge?
It's my first time for the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Woodbridge, right?
Very good, and I expect you're walking, you're riding?
Walking, of course.
Okay.
Better exercise.
So tell me, why do we celebrate St. Patrick?
Why not, huh? It's a great day. It's first of all, it's a good town celebration, huh? The whole town comes out, obviously the Irish, but others too. So it's a good day, especially after this darn pandemic, to get together to celebrate. And we're outside, it's even better, huh?
Absolutely.
Even though it's chilly. But St. Patrick did so much for Ireland, of course, so the Irish people and descendants remember him for what his great contributions that he made to the people of Ireland and the faith that's alive there.
Absolutely. Well, Woodbridge is thrilled that you're here. You do so much for the community as well. The mayor talks about you a lot. In fact, he called me last night to make sure I knew you were coming today, to make sure you get an opportunity to speak with you. So my privilege to do that. Enjoy the parade. It's always a great day when someone like yourself can come visit us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Woodbridge is a great town, so a lot to shine about, a lot to talk about with Woodbridge and the good mayor too. So God bless you and thanks.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye
Enjoy
now.
your day. We're going to go back to Craig and Dan inside.
Interesting to see all the fire trucks are not the same colors. This is Avenel, as we obviously see, it has a lime greenish color and black trim.
Others are red and some are white.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Annually, they team up with Councilman Spiller and put on a terrific tree lighting and menorah lighting program to kick off the holiday season.
It's usually the Thanksgiving weekend, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't it like Sunday evening?
Yeah, typically. Sunday evening, they bring out a choir from Avenel Middle School, bring out the choir from Colonia High School. They do a really terrific job. They have a raffle and all kinds of programming going on inside. They have a horse-drawn carriage and ice skating rink. They do a really good job, and so shout out to the fire department for being good community partners.
Next up, we saw them there. We see some of the crowds. As you can see, it's a couple layers deep, 3 or 4, and we see the D.B. Kelly pipe and drums from South Amboy.
That's right.
They've been around since 2005, Dan.
Yes, but Colonel D.B. Kelly goes further back than that. He was once the colonel of the New Jersey State Police.
That's true.
Keeping our state, of course, our highways safe.
Exactly. Anne Marie Niddle is the band manager. John McCarthy is the pipe major, and George Fuller is the drum major. And he looks every bit the part of a drum major. He's a big guy. I don't know. He's got to be whatever. With his hat on, he's got to be about 6'8", 6'9".
Yeah, there he is on the far side of the street.
Oh,
there,
he doesn't have his band, his drum major hat on today. Got his beret on, but you see, terrific guy, terrific organization, and they play, of course, here and around the state.
All right. And of course, next weekend, I'm sure we'll undoubtedly see them at 2 o'clock in South Amboy.
Absolutely.
For the 44th annual South Amboy St. Patrick's Day Parade.
Exactly right.
And the organizers of that parade are also very supportive of our parade, and vice versa.
It is the South Amboy St. Patrick's Parade Committee that is following behind. Mickey Gross, there we see him up there, councilman, is the committee chairperson. They organized the first Irish Festival last September. It was a great event down on Waterfront Park, which is a beautiful park in South Amboy.
Yeah, and Mickey Gross, their longtime parade chair, he is, I consider him the godfather of parade chairs. When I was parade chair, and I know the successors who followed me, we all turned to Mickey for advice. What would you do here? What would you do there? He's, a great individual in that community.
You see some of the parade community. I think the Grand Marshal, I think, is inside the truck. He's Tom Dempsey. He's been a member of the Hibernians in South Amboy for decades. Tom, one of those terrific guys who's part of the fabric of the AOH and the parade committee, and certainly a guy who is well deserving of being the South Amboy Grand Marshal, of being the Grand Marshal for the South Amboy Parade, I should say.
That's right. And I believe they also had their parade canceled last year, so you'll see 2 groups of honorees.
Yep.
This year, and follow closely in the behind the banner coming into view here.
It was the St. Patrick's Day parades were the last events in 2020 to get in before everything started to really shut down. The Brian Baru Irish group is in front of us right now.
After a little bit of a gap, they're all, some of the parade units are bunching up a little bit. The marshals are doing a good job keeping the spacing, led by our 2 good friends, Joe and Sheila Sawyer. Husband and wife always do a great job down at this end of the parade.
It's tricky, too.
It sure is, right.
And on this float is Pack 53 of the Cub Scouts. Robin Hill is the committee chair. Cub Masters George Gundry. Robert Soames is the charter representative of the Ford Fire District. He's involved. This is the Ford's Cub Scout group, one that my kids went to or were participants in. Ray Nivis, Rob Urso, Jesse and Keith Hinkle, Jamalika Benisam, and Kristen Gironda, and Jim Leonardo, the leaders of that group. Thank you for your service.
Yes. Cub Scouts always do a lot of work here in the township as volunteers. I know our first group in Division 4 is
Fred Lahate.
Yes, the Ragtime. Everybody loves this group.
They're here in the holiday parade. They're here at the St. Patrick's Day parade. I've seen them perform in other places and in other towns. So very popular, as you point out, Dan.
They sound good. Never miss a beat. Let's take a listen.
Turn the heat on, will you? It's a great day for fair. The sidewalks of New York are filled with morning. For sure you think New York was on the morning. It's a great day for the Japanese.
Coming into view is America's Miss Sweetheart.
Christina DeMeo, I guess is her name. I assume that's who it is. Yeah, it's Christina, Krista, I'm sorry, DeMeo. She's America's Miss Sweetheart. Hard work and competitive pageant, Krista was crowned the 2021 Miss America Sweetheart. She dedicated her free time to community service and spreading awareness. Thank you for doing that, Krista. And then we'll go now to John Mitch. John?
Okay, I just ran up to another fine Irishman today, Councilman Greg Ficarra. Welcome to today's parade.
Thank you, John. From the Portuguese-Italian side of Ireland, but everybody's Irish, as they say today, and it's a great day compared to yesterday. And it just feels so good to be out, back in the fold, back in the parade. I got to tell you, I think I shared with you, I have a 7 o'clock flight to Chicago tonight, but I don't want to miss the parade, so I pushed it back. So. Great to be here.
No surprise, and no surprise you don't mind being outside because you're always outside walking and exercising and everything. So today we're trying to pick off a couple people with some interviews, just talking about things in general that are going on. The American Irish, one of the things I've honed in a couple times is the fact that they've been in an organization for 53 years, and it looks like they're finally going to be getting a home soon. You guys have all been trying to help where you can, over at the Acacia Center. Their contributions have been huge back to the town. They just started that other event this past year, halfway to St. Patrick's Day. And I know you're always there to support them as well. They give so much back to Woodbridge. It's really nice to have them as part of us.
Absolutely. Well, I am a member. They let Portuguese-Italian people in. So, yes. Anytime we run an event, John, if you look, and they're not always flashy, but they're always there. They're working, and they're, behind the scenes a lot of time. Of course, today they're front and center. But, yeah, for them to have a home is only right because they're a big part of the tradition of Woodbridge. So it's great to be a small part of that, like a lot of things in town. Mayor McCormick came up with that idea, and of course we all supported it. But it's well deserved, and we're really excited for them and happy for such a good day today.
Very good. Councilman, always good to see you. Have a safe flight tonight, and we're hoping you have a great day here in Woodbridge.
Good to see you. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Back to Dan and Craig.
Next up, the Ford Fire Company.
Right in your backyard there, Craig, right?
Exactly. Established in 1911, Ben.
Make them 111 years old this year. One of our good friends, Councilman Howie Bowers with the Woodbridge Fire Department. I think we saw him earlier.
He's the first assistant chief, and the chief is John Dimitrikis, and the second assistant chief is Gary Nevis. Thank you for that. Thank you for your service, gentlemen. Howie Bauer is going to come around. I think it's going to be like his 4th term next year or whenever he becomes chief.
Oh,
again.
chief?
Yeah. 4th time around.
Good for him. And this is another hybrid fire department. Some paid, others are serving volunteers. They welcome your volunteer service should you be interested in qualifying. They also have a Fire Explorers program where if you're in high school and you're exploring the idea of pursuing a career or time as a volunteer, you could join their Explorers program. So students inquire within.
The president is Ryan Hines. The chief financial officer is Michelle Pacula. The VP of football is Daniel Morrison.
Ford's Fire Company.
The cheer commissioner is Brooke Novak.
Next,
the assistant treasurer is Jennifer.
the Golden Saints.
Secretary Samantha.
It used to be the Saints of Port Reading. They combined with the other township Pop Warner teams, I think, except the Bearcats. I think the Bearcats and Ford stay on their own. Is that true?
That's correct. Yeah, it used to be the St. James Saints, then it became the Port Reading Saints, and they merged with the Saints at Sea as Golden Knights. So today we have the Golden Saints.
There we go. Ryan Haynes is the president, Michelle Petula is the Chief Financial Officer. Daniel Morrison is the Vice President of Football. Bridget Baldwin, the Vice President of Cheer. Brooke Novak, the Cheer Commissioner. Jennifer Oletti is the Assistant Treasurer. Samantha George, the Secretary. And Tanisa Hardy is the Fundraising Coordinator. Lots of work that has to go in. Those are it takes an inordinate amount of time and commitment, so thank you for that.
That's right. One of the township's three football programs, along with the Fort Bearcats, as noted earlier, and then of course the Colonia Broncos, which was a combination of the Island Giants and the Colonia Patriots.
Been a lot of mergers in the leagues.
All right.
Go ahead, Dan.
We just passed over the Port Reading first aid squad. I apologize for taking that one long. Led by Michael Barcelona, and who was the chief, and company president Brian Small, also a Woodbridge councilman.
We'll let you take the fire department from your neck of the woods.
Absolutely. I am a resident of Colonia, very proud of the Colonia Fire Department, located there at 250 Inman Avenue. This is an all-volunteer fire district. If once again, if you are interested, please feel free to join. Very, very active in the Colonia community, participating every year, and Councilwoman Meehan's various events. They throw fundraisers, charity fundraisers upstairs in their hall, donated free of charge. So really good group of men and women over there. Speaking of women, this is Women's History Month. Woodbridge Township Fire Department hired its first ever 3 female firefighters. We've had female volunteer firefighters in Woodbridge Township. We've never had paid fire women, and just only weeks ago did that come true.
And I believe that Tuesday was the International Women's Day. Here we see the folks from Moby Dick's, an institution in Seawarren. They've been around since 1973, and they're rocking the float.
Yes. And they are a sponsor of this year's parade. The past couple of years, they've joined, and they always have a good rock band on the back of the flatbed there.
Tracy Lee Cordos is their leader. They participate in fundraising efforts such as Rebuilding Warriors and the Woodbridge Animal Group.
Located down there at the Seawarren Water Park.
There's our own Woodbridge Community Center. Just a terrific place. Brian Molnar, the Recreation Director. Township tracking a few of the walkers there. Paul Losak, Deputy Director, have terrific programs for people of all ages, from the swim pool to ice hockey to roller skating to walking track, weight room, and now another facility right across the street.
Yes,
the old former club at Woodbridge. Which just passing by was our friends from Hackensack Meridian.
Once again, Hackensack Meridian is a platinum sponsor, the highest level of sponsorship for our annual parade. They own JFK Medical Center in Edison and Raritan Bay Medical Center in Perth Amboy, the 2 nearest hospitals serving our community. I believe you were born in one of the, you and I split. I was born in JFK, you were born in Raritan Bay.
We got them covered.
Yeah. And Bon Jovi was born at Raritan Bay, so
was he?
Yeah, have a strong alumni list there.
Here we see the Avenel Colonia First Aid Squad. Thank you very much for being here and for your service.
That's right. Located there on Avenel Street. I understand that for their paid members, they've recently upped the salaries. Those men and women do tremendous work. Very thankful, particularly over the past 2 years with the pandemic. Those first aiders had to go into homes that they didn't know whether people had COVID or not, and put their lives at risk. So we thank them.
Exactly right. Their chief was Robert Snowfield, our friend, and President Anthony Kersey.
Next in view here is the Hope Lawn Engine Company #1. They're well over 100 years as well, founded in 1914. Their chief is Tyrone Finholt. Located on Loretta Street in the Hope Lawn section of the town. Also very good community partners as well.
Thank you for all that you do.
That's right. Looks like the Island Fire #1 on Green Street is following them.
Yeah.
They're all volunteer fire department. They also have a branch location in the Menlo Park Terrace section of the township.
And one on each side of Route 27.
That's right.
That's because there was railroad tracks in the middle. If I remember the story correctly, they are now elevated, but they were used to be ground level, and so the origin of that was to have a firefighter fire service on each side of the railroad tracks, not get trapped on one side because the train was coming through and people's lives in jeopardy. There's also another branch on off New Dover Road there, right?
Yes, yeah, for that District 11, right.
Next up, the Marching Mustangs of JFK High School in the direction of Joshua Cabrera. He's the director. The guard instructor is Amanda Hugelmeyer. Percussion visual instructor is Brandon Eberhardt. The drum major is Gurjat Singh. Field major is Tariq Ali. And the drum captain is Olivia Horter.
Not to be biased, this is one of my favorite marching bands. If you ever go to a JFK High School football game, you'll often see the band and the cheer squad just interrelated, and it's really entertaining to watch the two groups commingle, if you will. You can follow JFK Bands on their Instagram account at JFK Bands. Their handles.
Catchy.
Yeah.
John Mitch has a guest now.
Okay, honored to be here today with the Grand Marshal of today's parade, County Board of Commissioners, Charlie Kenny, former councilman in Woodbridge for many years. The Kenny family is synonymous pretty much with anything that goes on in Woodbridge, especially Woodbridge proper. Congratulations on the honor today.
Thank you.
Haven't really had a chance to catch up with you in a while. It's always nice to be recognized for your contributions. You know, you did so much for Woodbridge as a whole when you were a councilman, and then jumped on over to the county where you've been very involved as well. But more importantly, the Kenny family. I just wanted to, you, your brothers, your late dad, always involved with the fire department. Your mom as well, your late mom as well. I kind of remember what I was thinking about this morning with you being Grand Marshal. Prior to me even getting involved 30 plus years ago, I remember your mom, Pat, calling me one day. She says, you got to come with us. And I joined the Kenny family at an American-Irish dinner dance.
Oh, no kidding.
Back at the Hungarian Hall many years ago. And I kind of tie that together for a reason. I was there, was kind of new to me. Your mother had so many family and friends there. But one of the things, again, I'm talking about today with people is the Acacia Center, which was a former Hungarian club. Looks like it's going to become home to the American Irish in the very near future.
I know that there's discussions going on with the executive board and the membership about that happening. And so, what it does, I was asked, what I thought, and I said, it gives you a home. It gives you a place to call your base, to be associated with it. And that helps a lot, because the members have a place that they know is theirs and a place to go.
They do, and their contributions, again, another thing that's been countless times today talking about, their contributions back to our community are huge.
They are. And that's what I said this morning when we're doing the flag raising. I'm humbled and I'm honored to be able to be the Grand Marshal and be, a representative of the organization because of the fact that they do so many things in the township that people don't know about. Absolutely. They're getting ready for tooling around the town next month. I was saying at the flag raising how they can't go to the Veterans Home this year to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, but they made sure that there's going to be bagpipers there and that there's going to be pizza and soda there so that the veterans can celebrate St. Patrick's Day with, even though they can't be there. And that's just some of the small things that they do.
They do so much with no fanfare.
Yeah, exactly.
So your wife and your daughter's here to see you today?
They're here, yep. It's a whole family affair. I've been saying this. It's not just myself, I feel it's a family situation. My Uncle Jimmy Kehoe was a member of the American Irish, him and my Aunt Carol. They were very big in the American Irish Association. Jim Patton, who was a former councilman. He's my dad's cousin. through the Walsh family. So, you know, he used to play in the bagpipe band. And then Pete Mooney, who was the Grand Marshal in '83, is my grandmother's first cousin. Oh, wow. And so, you know, while I get the honor of being the Grand Marshal, it's really a family, you know, a family affair.
There you go.
So,
well, you know, they're all looking down proud.
Yes, yes. I wish they were here, and you know, I told this story a couple times, but not too many. My mother loved the St. Patrick's Day Parade. It was her favorite, favorite thing. You know, the music would be playing in the house. She loved to come out. She just loved to be able to be out, socialize, and meet with people. And so, in 2000. The weekend of St. Patrick's Day Parade, she came home from the hospital on hospice. And shortly after the St. Patrick's Day Parade, on what was a warmer day than today, thunder and lightning going on, and they still had the parade, you know, she passed away. So, you know, right after the parade. So she knew that it happened. Right. You know, she got the, even though, you know, she was in the state she was in, she got that sensation. Right. So it's very special to us.
No, absolutely. And going back to her, like I said, when she called me, but she believed in the culture, she lived the culture, yes. And the culture that the Irish yes. share. It's not just amongst themselves, it's amongst everybody, whether it be by literature, whether it be by dance, whether it be by sports. The Irish culture is lived by everybody.
And the fact that, you know, she had the gift of being able to go up to anybody and talking to them and knowing their story and knowing their name. She just had that gift that, you know, a lot of the Irish have, that just, you know, it's what made her a very special person.
Special and very well respected in Woodbridge. We all know that. So, we're going to let you go on and enjoy the parade. You and your family. Congratulations again.
It's going to be a beautiful day.
No, absolutely. To our County Commissioner, Charlie Kenny, born and bred here in Woodbridge Township, a great honor for all of us with you. And we're going to go back to Dan and Craig inside.
Here we have a pirate, I see. I guess he's an Irish pirate. He's got a green shirt on. Yeah. This is, I guess they're in connection with the New Jersey, Pennsylvania PT Cruiser Car Club. Or maybe not. Maybe they're with the fire department. I mean, the band. Somebody. Yeah. Because here comes the Island.
This is District 11 Fire District. Right. This is the one that's located right there at Route 27 and North Avenue in Island.
Honestly, a different district.
Yes, yes it is. They have the very unique white fire trucks.
Robert McPartland is their chief. Terrence Kennedy, the first deputy chief. Anthony Harlan, their second deputy chief. Mary Wirtz, their first captain. Pete Revovich, their second captain. Jeffrey Joyce, their first lieutenant. Saad Karim, their second lieutenant. Edward R. Mullen, their president. Kevin Wirtz, former councilman, is their vice president. Michael Grieve is their secretary, and Stephen Burrows is their treasurer.
Just passing our screen here is Big Shots, another sponsor, silver sponsor of the parade. They're a family-owned restaurant making handcrafted burgers. They have happy hour Monday through Friday from 4 to 6:30 p.m. and on Fridays and Saturdays they have a live DJ. Big Shots is located on Route 1 North in the Island section. Thank you to our sponsors once again, Hackensack Meridian's JFK University Medical Center, Moby Dick's, Big Shots, BCB Bank, Forge Jewelers, Lightbridge Academy, Berkeley School.
And next up, Miss New Jersey, the Continental Worldwide from Miss New Jersey Continental Worldwide for 2022. She is from Avenel, I believe, right? So she's the brave ambassador for mental health and advocates for mental health, special needs, and domestic violence. I think it's Cheyenne Karchner. Kirshner, I'm sorry.
A couple Miss New Jerseys this afternoon.
Exactly.
We have some excitable young preteens here with the Woodbridge travel baseball and softball team, located right here in Woodbridge proper. Their president is Chris Millivoy, along with the rest of his executive board, joining us. Kids, I'm sure, getting ready for baseball season.
And we're going to have Major League Baseball. How about that?
Yes. Now, Craig, I don't know if you know this, all the township baseball teams have been merged into one, and they have their opening day on Saturday, April the 9th at Woodbridge High School. So all the baseball and softball leagues have been merged into one, along with the basketball programs. The football programs are still single.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Soccer is merged as well.
Next up, the Hope Lawn Fire Department.
Give them a shout earlier on. I think you know, perhaps some of the trucks were out of order a little bit. I believe this truck in view here used to belong to the Woodbridge Fire Department. It was sold to the to Hope Lawn.
Located at 77 Queen Road in Islington, New Jersey.
Hence the color difference between their fire trucks that you saw moments ago.
Most of their trucks are the red with the black and the yellow or gold trim, followed by the Woodbridge Township Ambulance and Rescue Service. Ed Barnett is their longtime president. Matthew Quilley is their chief.
Yes, this is the third of three ambulance and rescue squads throughout the township, and the largest, covering the most area. You know, Craig, you may remember, I think it was about mid-2000s when, you know, I think it was Mayor Vitale at the time, you know, merged all of the, you know, the ambulance squads of Hope Lawn, Colonia, and Islington. Excuse me, actually, there's 4 rescue squads. I apologize, I missed Colonia earlier. We did have Colonia earlier in the parade.
And we see about the end, looks like the end of the parade, or it is the end of the parade.
Yeah.
Last but certainly not least, we see St. Brendan the Navigators Pipe and Drums. They've been around since 1985 wearing their Lindsay tartan. Their pipe major is Doug McEndergart. Pipe sergeant is Art Jacobus. And their president is Jenny Hoagland.
Come here all the way from Point Pleasant, New Jersey. I think they thawed out from, you know, maybe last weekend.
Oh, last weekend was pretty warm. I was
in
Belmar, yeah, before their parade. It was a warm day. And lots of people were out.
Coming up is our final pipe band.
And we can hear them coming in, and they're going to, the band will part. And the, I guess the members of their pipe and drum corps, and they're joined. Oh no, this is our parade marshal.
Yeah, that's right.
Sorry, that's a nice touch by the St. Brendan Navigator Pipe and Drums to pipe in the people who do an awful lot of work along those sidelines, right?
Right, that's right.
It is no mean feat.
Yes, and you know, coming up to end the parade is our parade chairman, real character Ben Campbell, and his co-chair with the shillelagh, Sean Daly. 2 gentlemen, the tux of the morning tuxes there, and their families, and all the other marshals. These are the people who begin in September putting together the parade. There's a monthly meeting, and you know, there's lots of invitations and organization that needs to take place. That this does not happen by accident, and it's a real credit to these men and women. None of them are paid. It's all volunteer.
Yeah, that's a lot of work.
Absolutely, and many of them have been doing it for decades as well. I know Mary Alice Jackow and her George, her brother George, they've been doing this for about 3 decades now.
Wow, that's commitment and stability.
That's right.
So we come to a close. 48th annual Woodbridge St. Patrick's Day Parade about to be in the record books. Another fine day. Special thanks to those road marshals for keeping the parade orderly and well spaced. Thank you to the Woodbridge's finest and police auxiliary officers for their great work here today. The Woodbridge Public Works and Department of Recreation people for assistance. You know, you'll see that those folks will be back here cleaning and making sure the roads are good in just a matter of days. And of course, to our indomitable crew at TV35, led by Lee Beckerman and Gina Forbes and their crews. Thank you all for your great work. And our CERT team will be the last unit we see go by us, and they're there in all kinds of situations. We're better because of the folks in the Woodbridge CERT team. And that will do it, Dan.
It's been a pleasure once again.
Has been a pleasure to be with you as always, and with all of you at home. We wish you a happy St. Patrick's Day. And thank you for sharing your time with us as we celebrate Irish heritage for the 48th time here in Woodbridge Township. For Dan Harris, for all the members of Channel 35, Craig Coughlin saying thanks for watching, everybody. See you next year.